Hey guys, what's up? This is Mr. B getting back at you with part 2 of the foil sculpture tutorials. This one is entitled Articulating, Adding Muscle Mass and Details to Your Foil Sculpture. Now, articulating is basically bending your armature into a particular pose. In this case, we want to bend this person into an action of some kind. My guy is carrying a surfboard down to his favorite surf break, and he's flashing the shaka to his admirers on the shore. These are the materials that you'll need for this segment: aluminum foil, tape, ideally masking, but it could be any kind, Scotch tape, blue tape, or whatever you have at home. Some good utility scissors, not kitty scissors because those don't cut very well, and potentially, but not necessarily, pliers, needle nose pliers, regular pliers, and I'll show you where these come in later. All right, let's get started. So here's our armature from the last segment, and it's just in a basic pose. We got his feet staggered a little bit because he's in a walking position. Let's bend him into position. So we want to find his knees, which are going to be middle of the leg, and just give him a little bend here. And also we're going to want to find the elbows. Same thing, just give him a little bend. All right, now this hand is holding the surfboard, so it's probably going to be positioned back and the hand's going to be here. And I've got my surfboard pre-cut. Let's just take a look and see if that's going to work. Yep. Okay. And then this hand is going to be up and sort of like waving, showing that hand gesture to his friends. Okay. Now, we can come back and fix this articulation later because it might get a little messed up when we add the muscle mass. So let's just jump right into the next part. So let's get some more foil. We'll tear out a sheet here. Okay, and then from this bigger sheet, we're going to rip into smaller pieces. You know, about something like that. Okay, now we'll need a lot more than this, but that'll be good for now. And we're going to start by pre-crinkling. This is going to give it a little mass or volume, and then adding it on to our people. All right? You don't want to take this and just wrap it around like a bandage, okay? Because that's not really adding anything when you do that. Okay, well now I kind of added a little volume in here, but just the wrapping like that is not really the best method. You want to pre-crinkle, you know, and then add it. Okay? So we'll be adding it, just kind of like bulking it up. We're not really thinking too much about forming this just yet. So we'll get some of this stuff on. But later, we want to start thinking about the muscle mass of the body. So let me bring that anatomy guy back in from the last video just to take a look here. So this is what we have to add, right? We don't want skeletons. We don't want like flat gingerbread cookie people. We want good, you know, muscle mass anatomy. So if you take a look from the side, it's usually better. Look at what we're talking about here. Look at the thickness, okay? This isn't just flat. It's got some mass here. Look at the head. It's not just a lollipop shape. It's got a chin. It's got the cranium back here, okay? Look at the thighs. Look at the mass that we have there. Look at the calves, okay? That's the stuff that you want to be adding to your person, all right? So we'll just kind of leave this guy here on the side, and we'll start going back here and starting to add our foil, building up that muscle mass, all right? Let me show you something about the base here first before we go any further with the person. We've got it taped down to this plastic base. Let's take some larger pieces and let's wrap and cover over that. And this is going to give it some strength to hold up all that weight that we're going to be adding to the body. Whoops, the piece just fell off there. Okay. And then we're going to want to really squeeze it back down and find those feet again, because we don't want them absorbed into this kind of big blob shape. So let's really squeeze that down, finding the feet, bringing it up into the legs. Okay, and we can keep doing that. We can add some more and really secure that leg ankle situation. Okay, add another piece. Whoops, stay up there, buddy. Oh, well, he wants to lie down. Let's put him down. Okay. Now also too, when we're adding this to the base, we could start to think about maybe we don't just want it to be this, you know, this strange plastic shape that looks like something we stole out of the recycling, which we did, but maybe we want to make this look more organic, you know? Maybe I want to make this look more like a rock. You know, this guy's standing on the cliff, he's about to jump into the ocean, so let's make that base look a little more interesting. Okay? Yeah, and see, the more I add to that, the more rooted it is to that base, the more strength we have to add on that weight to our later form. Okay, so I'm going to continue to add this to the sculpture, but I don't want you guys to have to sit through this whole long boring part, so we're going to jump into fast frame. All right, you guys, so you've noticed I was putting some bigger pieces on here to kind of help these like smaller little flappy pieces hold down. That can be really helpful. It's kind of frustrating to work with. And another trick for dealing with those flappy sections is to take little micro pieces of tape and just kind of taping them here to help hold some of those pieces from flapping around. Now when we paint these things, the paint's going to hold down a lot of that stuff, but the tape can be helpful in the meantime, so it's not all coming apart on you. All right, so that's basically it. I mean, I could have done better, but that's basically it. Let me just show you something else we can do in terms of forming details for that hand that we were trying to create, right? Let's take our pliers and let's flatten the hand here, really crimp that down. We're going to be doing some fingers. And then we'll take our utility scissors and that's why I said I want you guys to have utility scissors, because they need to be really heavy duty to be able to cut this stuff. And we're going to just do the thumb on the inside and then the pinky on the outside. Okay, and then these fingers here will just fold over like so, and the pinky sticks up, and then this piece looks like a little long for the thumb. We'll bend it back here. Maybe we'll use our pliers to kind of crimp it together. Okay, and there we go, guys. I'm going to switch over to my other one because I spent more time on this, and it's a little better made. We do have some flipping pieces here. I'm not worried about that so much. I could probably put a few pieces of tape there, but I like the fingers on this one. And then also on this final surfboard, I went ahead and taped on some fins on the back there so that give that a little more detail, authenticity. And let's put it in the hand. Let's get it up under here under the shoulder. Let's really make sure this is going to be held in place. Again, the paint will help hold this thing. But there we have it, guys. That is the finished sculpture with muscle mass and detail. And we're going to get ready for the next step. Okay, so stay tuned for the next segment, that's going to be painting and finishing your aluminum foil sculptures. Okay, well, that's it for now, guys. This is Mr. B signing off, saying stay safe and stay creative.